Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Q1 FY22 earnings conference call of STARCEMENT Limited, hosted by PhillipCapital India Private Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal the operator by pressing star then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vaibhav Agarwal from PhillipCapital India Private Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Lizan. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of PhillipCapital India Private Limited, we welcome you to the Q1 FY22 call of STARCEMENT. On the call, we have with us Mr. Sanjay Kumar Gupta, CEO, and Mr. Manoj Agarwal, CFO of the company. At this point in time, I'll hand over the floor to the management of STARCEMENT for their opening remarks, which will be followed by interactive Q&A. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sanjay Gupta, CEO of the company. I would like to welcome you all to this earnings call for Q1 FY22. I have with me Mr. Manoj Agarwal, CFO of the company. He will take you through Q1 numbers, and after that, we'll open the floor for the interactive session where you'll be able to ask questions and we'll be happy to reply those questions. I will request Manoj Agarwal to take you through Q1 earnings. Over to Manoj.
Hi friends, very good afternoon. I, on behalf of STARCEMENT Limited, welcome you to all to our Concall for discussing our numbers of Q1 FY22. I would like to clarify that we are discussing on the historical numbers and there is no invitation to invest. Having said that now, I will just take you through the Q1 numbers. As you are all aware that on account of the second wave of COVID, there are restrictions imposed by many state government regarding the restriction on the movement of vehicles as well as the opening of markets. So that results in that has impacted our dispatches in the Q1. Now, starting from the clinker production, during the quarter ended June 2021, we have produced 4.31 lakh ton of clinker as against 3.31 lakh ton same quarter last year. So far as cement production is concerned, we have produced 7.72 lakh ton this quarter as against 4.16 lakh ton same quarter last year. This quarter we have taken shutdown in our main clinker unit, that is why clinker production is lower. Now I will take you through sales volume. During the quarter, we have sold 7.60 lakh ton of cement and negligible quantity of clinker as against 4.47 lakh ton of cement and 0.02 lakh ton of clinker same quarter last year. This is as far as cement and clinker sale is concerned. As far as geographical distribution of cement is concerned, in Northeast we have sold around 6.03 lakh ton as against 3.43 lakh ton during the same quarter last year. And as far as outside Northeast is concerned, we have sold 1.58 lakh ton of cement this quarter as against 1.04 lakh ton same quarter last year. In terms of blend mix, it is almost 8% of OPC and rest is PPC. These are the quantitative numbers of the quarter. Now I will take you through the financials. The total revenue figure this quarter is around 511 crore as against 292 crore same period last year. As far as EBITDA figure is concerned, this quarter we have done an EBITDA of around rupees 101 crore as against 71 crore last year. PAT is rupees 68 crore as against 43 crore in the same period last year. On the PAT and EBITDA front, it is 1330 during this quarter as against 1586 per same quarter last year. This is what our quarterly numbers till first quarter. Now I request all of you that if you have any queries, you can ask the same, and I will request Vaibhav to moderate the query wherever it's required. Thank you. Now, over to Vaibhav.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone wishing to ask a question may please press star and 1 on your touch-tone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Shravan Shah from Dolat Capital Markets. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, first of all, on the Siliguri plant, last time we said that due to some issues, we were able to only produce 0.1 million ton of cement. So now, what is the situation? How much we are producing in this quarter? And in terms of the July, August, utilization it is working?
No, I think this quarter we have produced around 1,59,000 tons of cement from Siliguri. As you are aware that these are largely the start of, we could only get 2 months time, right? I think after that we have started facing rains there in North Bengal. So, and the capacity utilization as of now is around 35%. But we hope that we are going to ramp up this capacity utilization in coming quarters as we go along, because we are still looking at a very robust demand as far as North Bengal and the East Bihar is concerned, which are our primary markets.
Okay. So broadly, last time we were looking at a double. Whatever you wanted to highlight post.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Shah. Sir, your voice is breaking up. We are not able to hear you clearly.
Is it fine now?
Sir, can you use the handset mode while speaking?
Yeah, I am using handset mode. Is it fine?
Sir, please proceed.
Yeah, sir. I was saying that post June, in July and August, in terms of the demand, how it is, and previously we were looking at a double-digit volume. So, is there any uptake in terms of the guidance on the volume front and also on the pricing? So, how is the pricing post the June? So, in July and August, how much decline we have seen in East and Northeast? So, whatever you can explain, that would be helpful.
So, I think you've asked all the questions in one question, right? So let me just take you through demand first. So in Northeast, demand is, I will say, still remains robust. We have seen last year the market has still grown at around 6%. We hope to see the same kind of demand, maybe probably a little bit better than the last year. They're expecting around 8% overall cement demand growth in Northeast. The East market has grown at around 4% last year. We hope to see at least a 6% overall cement demand growth in the East, where in the areas where we operate. So that is what our overall expectation is. As far as the price is concerned, there is a small decline in prices in Northeast, and I'll say that the prices have gone down by somewhere around 3 to 4%. There is a decline of around 10 to 15 rupees a bag. Outside Northeast, the prices have, if I compare them, the prices of in the month of May and then June and July and today, prevailing prices are at least down by around 25 rupees. But these are nothing unusual. I still feel that by the end of there will be a continue to seeing some kind of pressure on the prices, but I think by come September we will see the decline to arrest, and slowly we'll look forward in quarter 3. There will be an upward momentum in the prices. That's what the expectation we are having. Is it clear?
Mr. Shah, are you done with your question?
Sir, I was saying that just a clarification. The 25 rupees decline, what we are talking, it is from the June exit or average of first quarter?
No, it is from the, I will say the peak of what we have seen in the month of May, or early part of June. From the peak, it has come down by 25 rupees. It's not the average of quarter.
Okay. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. The next question is from the line of Mangesh Bhadang from Nirmal Bang. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. So my question is regarding volumes. So last couple of quarters we faced some hurdles because of that connectivity issues and bridge that was under repairs. So what is the status on that? And second is, we've been hearing about some political situation developing in Assam and Meghalaya, and I'm hearing some curfews also imposed there. So is there any impact of that situation on our production and dispatches?
So I think the overall, as you asked for about 2 bridges, I think that problem has been resolved. As I think must have mentioned in my last call also that the one bridge which was under repair, there's a new bridge which has already been constructed by the border road organization. So the movement is not as usual and as normal.
So no load restrictions now, no?
No, as of now there are no load restrictions and we are freely being able to move whatever load we want. As far as the recent development in few northeastern states, like there is some problem between Assam and Mizoram, the small clashes has happened and there is a curfew in Shillong from last 2 days after the post-independence. I think these are sporadic incidences which keeps on happening. I don't think that has, I think the curfew is only in the containment area of Shillong. There is no state-wise curfew as far as Meghalaya is concerned. And there is no impact as far as the movement of goods is concerned, right? Because most of the goods actually go bypassing the Shillong city. They're all in highways, so it does not impact the movement of goods. So these are, I think, sporadic instances, and over a period of time, we'll definitely be able to come through all this.
So then, what was the reason for very low volumes from the new unit, Siliguri unit? Have you restocked there so that in future, if there is any problem, we can still continue production there? Or you are just basically, basically you don't want to flood the market very soon, and that's why the ramp up is very slow in that segment?
No, as you understand that the Siliguri is a unit which we have just started. I think the ramp up is going to happen because as we started the commercial operation, we entered into a lean season. But definitely the ramp up is going to happen, and you'll see a good amount of ramp up happening in Q2, Q3, and here onward. So that is nothing to hear. Definitely last year there was some impact of production got impacted because of the flow of clinker from the mother plant. But I don't think that any of those situations are prevailing at this point of time. So hopefully Siliguri ramp up will take place in coming 2-3 quarters.
And so lastly, if you can share what has been your coal prices in this quarter compared to last quarter?
So the coal prices has been somewhere around, say, we have, as I said, there is no, the prices are almost same. There's nothing because we are largely dependent on eastern coal fields. So we are taking coal from eastern coal fields. There has been supply disruptions because of excessive rain taking place in Bengal and some part of Jharkhand and all. So there are, so supply has, but we have taken lot of coal in beforehand only, before through the auctions. And that is why we've been able to maintain the prices. We had good amount of coal stocks also to carry over the entire lean season. So we are not facing any coal issues at this point of time. But yes, the prices of coal and the other international market and the imported coal has actually gone up. But for us, they still remain in the range of 8,000 rupees a ton.
That's the landed price, right?
That's the landed price, correct.
And per kcal, sir, it would be in excess of 2.3 then?
No, come again?
On a per kcal basis, rupees per kcal basis, because it's a domestic coal, it will be in excess of 2.2, 2.3, right?
No,
landed
it will be somewhere around, so the landed cost of bulk, so we call it a per GCV cost, right? So GCV of this coal will be somewhere around 5,000, 5,500. So it will be somewhere around 1.5.
Okay, 5,000. Okay, fine. Okay, so that's it from my side. I'll just look in queue if I have.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. The next question is on the line of Milind Suresh Raginwar from Centrum. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. Sir, I just missed out on the number of what we have sold in the eastern market of the 0.76. Can you please, can I get that number, please?
No, the total sale in the entire the quarter total volume has been 7.6 lakh tons, and northeast volumes are 6 lakh 3,000 tons, and outside northeast the volumes are 1 lakh 58,000 tons.
158. And is it safe to assume that all this is gone from Siliguri?
Yeah, as I said, right, so the total production at an absolutely 100%, if you look at the Siliguri production also, it is somewhere around 159.
Okay. Okay. So what would be the corresponding number for the March quarter, if you can please share that? That is March 21 quarter.
The corresponding number for quarter 4 you want to know, right?
Quarter 4 cement sale. Cement sale is 9.06 lakhs.
Yes. I want the share of the
Northeast. Northeast is it was Q4 7.46 lakhs.
7.46.
Yeah.
Okay, and the remaining is coming from eastern side.
Yeah.
And again, it is safe to assume that all came from Siliguri.
No, that time because Siliguri we started in January, so mix of both Siliguri as well as our Northeast plant.
Okay. Understood. Right. And sir, in terms of the coal prices that you have shared of about 8,000 rupees per ton in the previous question, this is the average price of 1Q FY22, right?
Yes, as of, I'm saying the quarter 1, the prices have been somewhere around 8,000 rupees, and we hope that to continue with the similar prices. Yes, definitely we haven't taken the entire requirement. So eventually, once the auction starts, I think at this point of time, the Coal India is not inviting any fresh auctions. So I think as soon as the auction starts, definitely the price will tend to go up because looking at the international prices, the way the coal is behaving, definitely there will be an upward pressure on coal prices.
Okay. So any color on what would be the prices in this, like the other spot prices, the current prices?
No, because the Coal India has not offered any auction, and they have not declared any spot prices in last 1 month. So it will be hard to say what prices the Coal India fixes for the spot auction, and we are also eagerly waiting for the same.
Okay. And what would be our mix, sir, in terms of auction coal and other procurement?
We are completely dependent on auction. So we are taking 100% of our requirement is coming from auctions.
And what would be our inventory then? Because if it's there is no auction in 1 month, then what would be our inventory and up to what level can we?
So we will have at least this quarter, at least the inventory in the plant and the auction bids which we have already won, that will account for at least quarter 2's entire requirement of quarter 2.
Okay. And sir, what would be the maintenance shutdown that we have taken? Can you please share the number in the other expenses that is going in for maintenance shutdown?
No, you want the other expenses detailed? Milind, what you want? Break up how much is the repair maintenance cost in the other expense?
Yes.
Yeah, it is around 15.42 crore total repair maintenance.
Okay, 15.4, right.
Yeah.
You must note this, Milind, that this year we have taken a shutdown in the month of April itself because of the lockdowns which have taken place, and we have taken the shutdown, right? Normally we take shutdown in quarter 2, right? So this is one of for this particular quarter because actually it has got pre-pon. So that's an additional cost which is appearing in this quarter.
Correct. Understood. Right, sir. And lastly, what would be the status of our Lamshong expansion we are planning for, sir? The clinker expansion.
So clinker expansion, we have made already the application for environment clearance. That application has already been filed. And we are talking to various equipment suppliers parallelly. And as soon as we get the environment clearance and finalize this technology roadmap and talking to the suppliers, once we get the environment clearance, we'll go ahead with giving orders to the sub-vendors. So that is the status as far as the clinker unit is concerned. WHR plant progress is continuing as per schedule. And we hope that, as we said initially, that in 15 to 18 months' time, we'll definitely be able to complete that plan, and that is on track to achieve that.
Understood. Right, sir. Right. Sir, my last question. Okay, I'll come back in the queue. I think I have got that answer. Thanks.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. The next question is on the line of Lohit Bharambe from Canara Bank Securities Limited. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. My question would be like, can you just give me freight and forwarding expense and power fuel expense for the particular quarter?
Yeah. I'll just ask Manoj.
It is power and fuel cost is 84 crore. And carry out was 86.58 crore.
86.5?
Yes, 86.6 you can write.
Okay. And corresponding quarter, sir?
Corresponding quarter, you have always Q1, not Q1 21.
Q1, yeah. Q1 FY20.
Yeah, 55, carriage out was 55.5 crore. And power and fuel to 50.7.
Okay. So, and the second question would be like, as we are selling from eastern from our Siliguri plant. So, how we are approaching to cost efficiency as we are earlier selling through our northeastern capacity.
No, see, Northeast, the whole purpose of setting up Siliguri plant was that we wanted to be near to the market and get the benefit of lower freight costs on the raw materials, right? So we used to take all the fly ash from Suri, Kalgaon, and all these places in West Bengal and Bihar, and then take it to Siliguri, Guwahati, grind it at the grinding plant in Guwahati, and then bring back to Bengal, North Bengal, and the East Bihar part of it, right? So as of now, the clinker is already coming from Meghalaya, and the fly ash is only been hauled up to Siliguri. It is getting converted into cement there, and then it is cutting to the market. So definitely we will be having savings in respect of transportation of the basic raw materials like fly ash.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Prateek Kumar from Antique Stock Broking. Please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, sir. My question is on this clinker expansion in Meghalaya. So this, do we expect this to commission? I mean, based on some outlook on environmental clearance, would this get rolled out in FY24 or can it spill over to FY25?
Prateek, so we were trying to do it in FY24. That's what is going to be the objective. But it all depends on how early we get this environment clearance out of our way. So that is more important. So as internally, we'll be definitely taking a target for FY24. But it's very difficult to predict a timeline before we get that clearance.
And meanwhile, I think competition like Dalmia Bharat has announced some expansion in Northeast. Have the other players also announced some expansion, like besides like we are like looking to do, another company has done it?
No, I don't think any other company has announced any expansion in Northeast, and I'm really not aware of even Dalmia has announced any expansion in Northeast or not. But yes, definitely we are going ahead with our plans.
And sir, regarding this other expense, which is non-power and fuel and freight other expense, so that number looks again elevated to at 75 crores during the quarter. So is this related to this 15 crore maintenance, and that's why next quarters we will have like only 30 crore odd other expense?
No, definitely it looks elevated on 2-3 accounts. One account is definitely related to, as I said, the maintenance cost. The other account, and also there will be some, because there are certain expenditures which has the political donations have happened because of the elections in Assam and Bengal, right? There are 2 states which have gone in election in the month of April and May. Right, so that is having an impact in this quarter. Again, the last year, April, May was largely washed out because of the COVID situations. This year, April was not that bad, correct? So there was an advertisement expenditure which we have launched a new campaign going to the new plant in Siliguri, right? So we have taken Akshay Kumar as a brand ambassador and launched a new campaign. So part of the branding expenditure will also come in this quarter. So I think that other expense which you are seeing is the combination of all 3 items.
So this political funding had an impact of 9-10 crore in OQ and similar in this quarter as well.
Yeah, it is around 5 to 6 crore in this quarter impact is there. 5 to 6.
5 to 6. And sir, just last question on premium segment mix. How has the premium segment like stayed put in like during the second wave? How is that mix now?
So I think I will say that the premium segment is still in the very nascent stage of a development, right? So we have just started this journey. So it will take time by the time we are actually in a position to quote as a percentage of the total sales, right? So we are developing that market. We are really hopeful about this segment picking up in new markets like Bengal and Bihar, and which we are seeing early signs of it. But I don't think that it will be right on my part to put any number to it at this juncture. We are sensitizing the market and getting into the product is well accepted in the market where it has already been launched. So hopefully going forward in coming quarters, we will be able to tell you about what percentage of sales it is contributing. At this point of time, it is pretty insignificant.
Thanks, sir. I'll get back to the queue.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Uttam Kumar Shrimal from Axis Securities Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Uttam this side. Sir, can you give the CapEx guidance for this year and the next year? Hello?
Come again?
CapEx, sir. Yeah.
Your voice is sounding very muffled.
Okay. Is it right now?
No, sir. Can you speak a little far away from the handset?
Yeah, just hold on. Is it right? Am I audible now?
Much better. Thank you.
Yeah. Sir, can you give the CapEx guidance for this year and the next year?
CapEx guidance, right? Okay.
Yeah, CapEx guidance.
Yeah. So I think, see, that what we are looking at is that WHR is the source of CapEx we are going to come in this year. So it is approximately 125 crore, which is that is going to come in this year. And in other CapEx, we only expect to be around anything between 100 to 150 crores for the clinker project as soon as in this particular year. The overall project cost will be definitely much higher than. So looking at the grinding plant, the clinker plant, and this is somewhere around 1,300 crores kind of capex, which is going to be overall capex. But this year, 125 crore and 150 is around 275 crore of overall capex we are looking at to spend in this year.
Okay. And sir, what has been our trade mix during this quarter?
So the trade non-trade has been will be somewhere around 86% is trade, around 87%, and 13% in non-trade.
And sir, blended ratio this quarter?
The blending ratio, see, we are
around 92% is CPC and balance 8% is OPC.
And sir, lastly one, can you just give this lead distance during the quarter?
Please repeat.
Sir, lead distance during the quarter.
Lead distance. Okay.
So I don't think there is hardly any change in the lead distance. Somewhere around 300 and anything between 300 to 325 kilometers will be the distance. I don't have exact number in front of me.
Okay. That's all. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants that you may press star and want to ask a question. Please note that this is a final reminder and there will be no reminders after this. The next question is from the line of Hiten Boricha from Jointer Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Am I audible? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my first question is on April shutdown. You mentioned a plant was shut down for maintenance in April. So can you quantify for how much days it was shut down?
It was shut down for around 25 days.
25 days. Okay. And my next question is on WHRS plant, which is going by what time it is going to commission in FY23, and what are the savings we are expecting from this plant?
See, largely it is a 13 megawatt plant, and we are expecting. So you can look at it. So it's overall my requirement of the power is somewhere around 27 megawatt, and 13 megawatt is going to be substituted. So it's around 45% of my overall requirement, and we are expecting to save somewhere around, say, 150 rupees a ton on this, and maybe initially we'll save around maybe little lesser, but definitely anything between 150 to 200 rupees a ton we are going to save on this.
Okay, and it is going to come by end of FY23, right?
No. So as I said, that we started the groundwork and activities in the month of June only, and I think the excavation, everything is going on pretty smoothly. And from June, we are looking at around anything between 15 to 18 months to start it. By end of I think FY23, definitely will start somewhere in the second quarter or third quarter.
Okay. And sir, final bookkeeping question is, what is the current cash and gross debt in the book?
I'll ask Manoj to reply.
It is around net cash position is around 670 crore.
670 crore net cash. And sir, gross debt?
If you net cash you're talking about, then it is around 520 crore cash balance. Plus we have the idle GP drawing power limit, so that we consider the net, then it is around 670 crore. But net cash you can say around 5 to 125 crore.
Okay. Net cash is 125. Okay. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take the last question. That is on the line of Shravan Shah from Dolat Capital Markets. Please go ahead.
Sir, just a clarification. You said net cash is 520. Can you repeat both the number, gross debt and the gross cash and net cash?
Because we have hardly any debt, because if you can say it is around like 20, 25 crore, 23 crore is the debt around 30th June. Okay. So if you can add up, then gross 522 plus 24.
Ladies and gentlemen, the line for the management has got disconnected. Please stay connected while we reconnect the management.
आपण ज्या व्यक्तीसोबत बोलत आहात त्या व्यक्तीने आपला फोन होल्डवर ठेवला आहे. कृपया लाईनवर रहा. द पर्सन
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for patiently holding. We now have the line for the management reconnected. Over to you, sir.
So Shravan here, I did not able to hear clearly. So the 490 crore gross cash and 14 odd crore, 15 crore gross debt, including the working capital, which was there at the March. So what are the numbers as on June?
June number was there, around 546 crore is the net cash and 23 crore is the debt. So you are asking the net debt, net cash is the 523 crore.
Okay, got it. So I got confused. No issues. Understood. And sir, on the clinker expansion, last time we were talking that groundbreaking ceremony would be happening in next 2 quarters. So there any update on, or it is just we are waiting for the environmental claim? So any timeline on that aspect?
I don't think that we can do any groundbreaking before we get the environment clearance. So yeah, we will wait for the environment clearance to arrive and then only we'll start the groundbreaking.
But they're also difficult to say, at least 2-3 quarters it can come. Any broad timeline?
Largely it takes 6 to 9 months time in terms of getting the final clearance from the environment, right? But it all depends on how it goes. But we are hopeful to get this in 2-3 quarters.
Okay, that's it. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vaibhav Agarwal for his closing comments.
Yeah, thank you. On behalf of Phillip Capital India Private Limited, I'd like to thank the manager STARCEMENT for the call, and many thanks to the partner joining the call. Thank you very much, sir. Lizan, you may now conclude the call.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Phillip Capital India Private Limited, that concludes this conference call. We thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.